Como é que estás?
Boas.
Melhorzinho ou
Acabou.
quê?
Hum?
Melhorzinho ou quê?
Ainda cansado. Ontem cheguei boa tarde a casa.
Três senhores.
A casa já passava das 10 horas.
Porra. Epá, eu cheguei, né? Ainda trabalhei quando cheguei. Pá, mas dormi bem da mal. Agora tenho aquela coisa dos horários trocados. Tenho os horários trocados ao contrário agora.
Uhum.
E agora é que está-me a dar, agora é que começou a dar-me o sono. Acordei várias vezes durante a noite, mesmo.
E o resto do pessoal.
Pois, exato. É isso que eu estava a pensar.
O John este semana não conseguia, não é?
Não.
Mas pronto, mais um pouco. Pode ser que aí apareça alguém.
Ai. Ah, mas não precisavas tirar um sick day.
Ah, não. Pff.
Hi guys.
É,
How
Aí,
was your trip, guys? Las Vegas, sunny location, gambling.
mate, Vegas in one word is a mess.
Probably we need to discuss this tomorrow because this meeting is recorded.
But it's not being recorded. Ah, it's being recorded now.
Yes.
it's being recorded, yes.
Let's talk yesterday, tomorrow. Um, you guys want to start or you want to wait 2 more minutes?
Need
Up
to
to you.
wait. You don't have many people. We have to wait.
Yes, there are only Identus representatives.
Yeah. Oh, we can still talk about the conference.
Yeah, you
Yes, how was the workshop?
Good.
So,
Yeah, I think it went pretty good.
no, let's wait because it's something we need to talk in the.
Yeah, we can talk again, repeat ourselves. Who is presenting?
Me.
Consolidates.
Okay.
Sorry
Your
guys, I can't
laptop,
because internet connection is terrible here.
your laptop battery is low.
Whoa, 33%, mate. Something.
Yeah, you have new laptop, so it should be fine.
How many people are now? So the same. So this. Oh, Roberto is here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi Roberto.
Hey guys.
Hey, Roberto, how are you?
Hello.
Hey, good. You guys back?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yes.
we're still tired.
Yeah, I know. It's a long
Yeah,
flight.
long trip.
Yeah, I saw you guys. Well, John sent me a few pictures where you guys were hanging out. How was Vegas?
It was nice. It was nice. It was
Oh,
pretty nice.
Was a
Uh,
nice experience.
did
Very
you did
different
you check
from
the recording? I think I posted, right? I posted the recording
oh,
of
I
the.
haven't.
the
Isn't that
workshop.
No,
Linux
where is it?
Foundation has posted,
Oh,
right?
that's
Yeah, Linux Foundation recorded everything.
oh nice. I'll check it out today. Awesome.
Yeah, can you put that link somewhere on like the GitHub, the main page or something?
Yes, we can update our landing page with workshops, demos, and videos and publish all those links there.
Nice.
I think it makes sense.
Okay,
Is there a plan?
start then. I think we can start. Cool. Can you guys see?
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, guys, welcome to this week's community call, right? I'm going to leave just the Identus post you notice in here for a few seconds. So we are all aware, right? Cool. Now the code of conduct, right? If you want to contribute to Hyperledger, please read the code of conduct. Now, agenda. We have updates. We're going to review discussions, take some questions, right? And Q&A. Cool. Identus updates from, well, this was previous week, but I actually added in here the Apollo 1.8.0 was completely is released and working on all the platforms. Okay. So I updated this Apollo one. And the VDR, yes, we have the same state. We are on the phase 3, right? And we are working on it. Identus update, right? We are going to talk about the Ready for Workshop, right? Then Yuri is going to talk about the visibility of the backlog. And then I proposed to talk a few things. First, privately with the team, that was we need to finish the VCDM 2.0 support. I talked with the team that we might want to add MDoc support for all the platforms in Identus, right? All the SDKs and the cloud agent, since Apple and Google now support it. Okay. We need to add presentation exchange 2.0 protocol to the cloud agent. The SDKs already work with it, so they are cool, but we need to add to the cloud agent. Since as well Apple and Google work with presentation exchange 2.0 protocol. And I was thinking on creating a type of credential that is multi-format, right? So you basically can have a credential that has, for example, JWT, SDJWT, unknown creds, MDoc, and so on. So you enable multiple formats. This is good, for example, when you want to have a verifier send you a presentation, and you support basically all the types of presentations in this case, right? And you also support presentations that are more ZKP, like canon creds, like for example, right? And then presentation needs on credentials, right? Yuri actually provided me a good specification that exists already, but is not supported by W3C, right? And now I want to start the process of adding a specification to W3C, and we might use this overlays capture architecture as a starting point for it. Okay. So let's have the next week. Pat, Pat this week is on holidays, right? But we are going to present NeoPrism. NeoPrism is our Prism nodes, but built in Rust and pretty much faster. And yeah, but it will be next week. Yes, and Q&A. I don't know if you guys, maybe let's start by the workshop. I can probably start. So the workshop, in my opinion, right, we got a lot of people in the workshop. It was quite full, and people were interacting a lot. There was quite a few questions, right? We left the link for the recording in Discord, in general Discord. But there were quite a few questions. Besides that, after the workshop, we had a few questions around the Visit CDM 2.0 support, right? We had a few questions on use cases. How can they integrate Identus to support For example, identifying the address of a person. Okay. And also we have a few questions how to integrate with deeds. Okay. So we had quite a good workshop. But I was quite pleasantly surprised by it, right? Javi's presentation was pretty cool. Javi and Fabio's presentation was pretty cool. Sosi's presentation was also very good. Like they presented quite a few use cases where they use into Identus integration to support these cases, and they use React and the SDK, the TS SDK, right? And then I showed up. I showed as part of the presentation. I showed how it is the integration with Vice going. Right, we are going to offer identity on Vice, and now I'm probably going to. I don't know. Is there any questions relative to the Ravo workshop?
Awesome job, guys.
Yeah,
So I guess
congrats. Have you told me that it was a great workshop. So congratulations, guys.
yeah, it was
Yep.
quite great. It was quite great. If you guys want to watch the recording, you should. Like, it's quite good to watch. Cool. Let me pass it down to Yuri, for him to talk about the backlog.
My internet connection is terrible. I can try to share my desktop, but overall, we need together with community and Identus engineers to add more visibility to the project because our project in GitHub looks slightly messy. And I just wanted to propose to use two levels of issues, like parent and child issues, and clarify what we are going to add to the next milestone. We can clarify this internally and share this within the community calls. And Gonzalo, can I try to share desktop?
Yeah, you can try. I don't know if you have internet to do it.
Oh, okay. I will share the link with you, and you can open it. Okay,
Yeah, sure.
it will be easier.
Yeah.
So currently in the GitHub project, we can set the milestone for particular issue. And in this way, we can see what we are planning to deliver in the next platform release. And here, do you see, Gonzalo, parent issue checkbox on the left side of the view? Having two levels, we can track the high-level deliverables. For instance, we have VDR phase 3, and we spent some time with a part to create the corresponding tickets according to the acceptance criteria of the project Catalyst. And we created the parent ticket like VDR phase 3. So if anyone would like to know what is the current status and what is the scope, who is working on this, it should be pretty easy to open this view, roadmap, and slices by parent issue. And the picture will be much better than the bunch of different tickets not related with each other. Together with Team, we are going to group these tickets together based on the high-level objectives. And I guess in a couple weeks, we will have more clarity. Can you click on the parent issue and select milestone? No, parent issue checkbox. Slightly up. Yes, this one. Slice by milestone. For instance, if we define and mark all tickets, why it's not visible? I guess there is some terrible filter. Oh, sorry guys, it's my internet connection. It's terrible. Okay, it
It's
doesn't
not
matter.
your internet connection. Look,
I'm kidding. So what I want to say that let's add high-level objective and corresponding subtasks. Let's define the
oh, it's failing completely. I cannot vote the
yeah,
project. Yeah, I cannot
probably
vote it anymore.
to delete everything. Let me check. Yep, this project failed. Code same here. Okay, recently
Now I could. Okay, you want
okay.
milestones?
Yep, milestones.
Okay.
Having milestones, we can define the tickets which we are going to add to the next milestones. It's going to be 2.16 and also track the progress. If you click on the milestone filter, the corresponding tickets that we are planning to deliver will be visible on the dashboard. Yep. And I'm exploring GitHub project capabilities, so we will keep you posted about updates and the right views to track the progress of and content of our backlog. Gonzalo,
Cool. We share what was sharing. Okay. So, so I think we can talk about these proposals between all of us, right? I think VCDM 2.0 support is not worth talking right now, but if you guys want, we can talk about the MDoc.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
basically, this is the standard, right, of MDoc. This is supported by Apple and Google. Okay. So as Apple and Google are entering in the world of digital identity, we should support it because they are going to be big players. Okay. So we should support them. Well, support the specifications they do support. So that's why I talked in here about the proposal of supporting MDoc. What do you guys think?
I agree.
So where exactly is the documentation about them now? It's just this?
Yes, like MDoc is a format of is a document
Yeah.
format. So we need to
But
support
in
the
here,
MDoc, right? And then we need to support this ISO specification.
yeah, but no, it's where, which document is this specified? Because this format is not in here. Say how it works.
No, this format is not in here. You need to go and look.
So I'm in favor of trying to see what we can do with MDoc because it seems very interesting that other companies like Google and Apple are already using this technology, parts of these technologies, and I think we should explore. Yes. So should we like start a page where we put like the links to the documents and stuff like that? So I think
That
we
would
all
be,
agree that we should try to look into it.
yeah, we should maybe start a space and then add all this documentation.
There's a lot of that from previous IIW's conferences. I'll
Mm-hmm.
find, the resources because there's a lot of like different states. This is specifically the license, the driver's license in the United States. It's trying to be a standard, a digital standard for different states. They all have different rules because they are a federal country. So So, but the big states are adopting MDoc, and basically what this means is in the US, your driver's license, it's almost like the regular ID, or even used more than your regular ID. You never like share your regular ID. There's no such thing. They only have like a birth certificate and a number, a social security number. But it's very rare to have like a national ID concept. But the driver's license is sort of the de facto national ID in some way, to identify yourself, or at least your age. And everywhere you go, you can present it as, oh, this is a valid document that tells that my age or whatever details, my address or whatever it is. So it's very common in many situations to use that in the States. And Google and Apple, and I went to the actual talk with the actual developers that are implementing this last year, I think. And they showed how they do it. They showed the prototype and all that. I saw it working live, and how they're making the wallet and all that. So we definitely want to support this format. And I'm gonna find all the resources I have about it, because I know where to look for them. And they always, every IIW, they have like a list of PDF documents, all the notes that people take, and also sometimes the slideshows and presentations that they give. And I think this one in particular is there. So, and some other guys explaining, the problems with the MDOC and all that. So for more context, so I'll look that up and share it on the channel.
Yeah, that would be great. Even like the recordings and stuff, if we could
Yeah.
collect everything for researching, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I
So
know
I would
exactly
love
where
to
to
have
look.
that.
I know I've found some information from previous IIWs that I needed to research, and it's great. It's a great place, and you should get like you should really go. I'm not going this year, and this one is twice a year. I'm going in April next year, not this time, but every time I've gone there, it's amazing. It's like Rare Evo, but imagine everyone is into identity only, or related topics. But it's like a
So we
big
should
conference,
put
and
that
everyone
on
is
the
talking
calendar,
about
Yuri.
identity. Yeah. So it's really, really. John is going to be there. You guys should really try to go. It's the place to go to talk all this stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, we should put that on the calendar, Yuri, especially for Lace, since now we are trying to integrate with Lace as a holder. It makes sense to go there as a company.
It's in October, 2021 of October this year. They recently had to change the date to that. It was later. I think it's always around Halloween, like end of October, but they move it up like 10 years early because of, I don't know, something. So yeah, you should guys.
Where is that one on October? Is it United States or is it in Europe?
No, it's in Mountain View. Yeah, it's in the Computer History Museum. Actually, it's a cool place because after the conference, you can go to the museum and see all like machines from the 50s and stuff like that. It's very cool. Until today, yeah, it's amazing. It's a great place. And everyone in there, everyone that you meet in there, it's somehow involved with either computers history or identity in specific. It's all for identity. So yeah.
What is the name of this conference?
IIW.
IIW, Identity Internet Identity Workshop. I've been there 2 times, there 3 times, I think. Yeah, 3 times. In the last 2 years. And it's amazing. It's really, really great. And last time I was in the conference where the guys from Google showed the MDoc and also the researchers showing how they make CKP like in 30 seconds instead of 5 minutes in an old Android device, and all that research. And you talk to all of them, and you can just ask questions directly to them. It's a great place, and everyone is into related somehow to identity. So yeah, it's the place to be to talk this stuff.
Mhm. Yeah, we might. It's a good idea.
Yeah,
Do you
but anything more on this specification that we should talk?
I
Other
mean,
than
we agree
it's
that we
definitely
should,
something that we want to do.
yeah,
Yeah,
we agree that we should start the research about it. I think it would
yeah,
be
yeah.
great to have ways to integrate with that.
Yeah, we should
Uh,
start the research.
let's
Yes.
start with discussion and create the corresponding tickets based on
I think we can start with the spike already.
Yeah.
But we need to implement this.
Mhm. Maybe we should look into more on verification sites later on.
Yeah, but that should all be part of this spike.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm saying just like when we start the work, right? I think we should start with verification.
Already enable verification. That's what you mean?
I guess, like if I assume that Apple and these will be, I'm assuming they will be the main issuers. So I think it will be much ideal to be a
No.
verifier.
They
Huh?
will not be main issuers. They are
No?
the holders. Apple and Google are working as the holders. The
Okay.
yields and they can answer to presentations.
So who will be the
Yep.
issuer in your sense then?
And anyone that wants to be
The
issued.
states, the
Yeah.
states,
Government
the California state will issue your MDoc,
currency. Okay.
driver's license, and then you can. I think what they do is like you can. It has wallet attestation, and they look up who the issuer of that certificate is and certify that, and then it complies with all the things to verify, and so you can present that as your equivalent as your physical ID, basically. It produces the thing, and the interesting part about MDoc too is like the specification says that it should work without internet. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like it goes through QR codes. So it generates a QR code, and then like the police or whoever can verify that on site without requiring to have internet. And
Mm-hmm.
it attests the issuer and all. It does everything that you need to do to verify that credential. And it's very similar to what we already do. But I guess it has its own, specific stuff. But it's not far away from what we already do. And I think it's a great, like, if we can say that to support Slamdog, then it's a big win. It's a big win in adoption. It will drive adoption. Because I haven't heard any other framework, open source framework that does that for real. Like, so yeah, we should at least attempt to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but, I mean, like, still, I think that. So my question is, from say Apple or perspective, the APIs they must be exposed, right? Already, what they are doing, or is that not available, Gonzalo?
So on Google, they are really investing on the wallet app. So like loyalty cards and that document from the driving license from California that Roberto was
Mm-hmm.
mentioning. I
Mm-hmm.
think they're really investing on that Google Wallet application. I don't know about Apple. I think Apple is doing the same,
Mm-hmm.
and they sometimes are using this type of technology like DIDs, and sometimes they are using their own. So I'm not sure. I think we need to investigate more about it, but they are definitely investing on being the holder of those types of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, Apple probably is not using these. It's still a bit closed, Apple.
Mm-hmm.
They already allow some states in US to add their driving licenses, for example, and for sure they use MDoc for that. But that's all private, like you cannot even access. I was actually talking with John about it. I guess in his main work, John wants to be a verifier for Apple. like the main work that he has. Is so they want to be verifiers for Apple.
Yeah, I agree as well. I think that's the main use case. I also see that way only.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely, I think we should progress with this. I agree with you. I mean, everyone is agreeing, not only me.
Okay. Okay, let's so as an action, let's create a spike in this project now that Yuri has. Well, as Yuri have doing that, let's create a spike so it's more visible. What is the status, right? And probably can create as part of it an issue, right? And we can just share the information in there.
Gonzalo, I would start with exploration of this format and what does it mean for us to support it.
Yeah, but that's a spike.
I slightly disagree. Spike is some demo POC or whatever.
No,
Spike
no.
is
Like
a
is
term
spike.
from Scrum. It means that if we don't know what to do and we need to explore something, we create a spike in terms of Scrum. Okay, spike exploration doesn't matter.
It's a research focused activity.
Yes, let's don't discuss this.
Yeah, but it's a spike. Like if it
Yes,
is if it has
I
a
agree.
poke, if it has not, like it doesn't matter. It is a spike. Let's just create a spike and go work on it. And there's an issue, so we can share the information that we get from that spike. Or a discussion. I don't know what is best for us, but it can be a discussion as well. Let's go to the
Let's go to the next topic.
Presentation Exchange 2.0, right? So this is already implemented in OSDKs, but not on the cloud agent, right? So what do you guys want to do around this?
And do you mean that we need to
Around
implement
what?
this in the cloud agent and around what? Yes, Gonzalo, what's... I guess that it may make sense to implement this protocol, but what is the priority of this task? So I'm happy to, I already added to the backlog, but
The
let's finish.
priority? The priority
Yes.
for to use the presentation exchange to request presentations and being able to answer a presentation.
You can click to the issue. I created a quick ticket based on this.
So I think your questions were more what are the use cases right now? So what this will enable? Because we agree that this is important to have. The question is how, when are we going to implement it?
Yeah, I guess that's more the question.
And Pat told us that we already have a Plex library presentation exchange in OIDC for VP part. Yeah.
Yeah, the implementation is in the middle, I think. We didn't fully implement it on the cloud agent.
Not fully implemented and not implemented for DITCOM.
So we need to implement this on the cloud agent, right? Still, I don't know if we are going to use this or not.
In just example, I guess that we need to define use cases and define scope and then pick it up.
I think someone was trying to use this or asking about this on Discord. Do you know the use case? Was in Discord? I don't remember. Like last month, someone was talking about this. I can double check.
Yes, can you check it and probably add the link to this issue?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I wanted to highlight, Gonzalo, can you go back to the ticket? If we're going to use presentation exchange, we need to test it in 8 different scenarios. Probably multiplied to DITCOM and OIDC protocols to fully support it.
They don't need OIDC protocols for this. Presentation exchange is presentation exchange. You can use presentation exchange with DITCOM. But I do think we need OIDC, the for VP and for VC as well. But that might be after. The protocol will work the same way in DITCOM and others.
So presentation exchange is used inside of present proof protocol. Am I right?
It can be, yes. Yes.
It cannot be used in isolation.
It can. You can use it in any protocol.
Yeah, it's the transfer protocol is different. Like it can be over, I don't know, Bluetooth or smoke signals, but it's I think the OpenID for presentation, that is a specific protocol that it's like DITCOM basically. It replaces DITCOM. It's like the REST endpoints that you hit to create the presentation, and it's very widely used. But it's more centralized, right? DITCOM is supposed to be the decentralized version of a very simple transfer protocol for this stuff. So, but I think we already supported OpenID, right?
Yes, we have already code like supporting it, right? I don't think it's fully implemented or tested, but we had already some code supporting it.
Okay, so the task will be adding support for version 2 of the presentation exchange over OpenID for VP.
No, the thing is, OpenID for VP, right, or DITCOM, they basically envelop the presentation exchange, right? This is an envelope around presentation exchange, but the presentation, if you have presentation exchange implemented, you can do it in any other protocol, DITCOM,
Oh yeah.
OpenID for VP, and so on, right? So first,
Yeah.
let's
So I understand now. So first, let's focus on adopting presentation exchange 2.0, testing that out, and then then we update whatever. If we DITCOM needs, I don't think that DITCOM needs to be updated to support that. I think what we already have should work. And OpenID for VP, I'm not sure what's the status of that. I never used it, so that's TBD. But yeah, cool. I understand now.
Cool. Let's elaborate this and add to, I don't know which milestone is it going to be, but yep, it worth to implement it, I believe.
Cool. Let's now go back. So these ones, right? The multi-format credentials, right? I think this needs more discussion. I'll be more in line to have these like if we went through priority, a higher priority than the multi-format credentials. Because these already have overlays architecture, right? You already even added in here the site.
Well, what's that? I haven't heard about that. Overlays capture architecture.
So,
Yeah, so basically it's a way, right, that the credential provides to you how to present types of presentation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of the credential. Let's say you have a credential, right? That is whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you want to present it as a card. The UI,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the
yeah.
UI of the wallet wants to present as a card, right? And the credential itself already gives you ways to render that card.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. So it gives the data that you need to render that card, and then you can render it with that data.
Yeah, okay. So it's like a standard to rendering the actual UI that goes, to present
Yes.
the user the credential. Okay, cool. I haven't heard about that one. That's cool. Is this what others do?
No, there's like
Oh,
no specification for this. Like this is the only one, right? And it's not really used. It was used in Arias at some point,
okay,
right?
okay,
no, Gonzalo, it originated from areas RFCs as well as other plenty of protocols that we currently use, and it was detached from areas into overlays capture architecture. It's
okay.
still used by areas, probably Cree.ts, Credible, and other areas-based SSI systems. I would like to explore it more, probably join a Discord and figure out who else is using this. Uh, Good things about this specification that it can define the standard for your credential to be rendered in your application in the same way on all devices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I'll research this because there's also for us is a question as a product is how do you display your certificate or whatever we do, the did or the credential. It's there's nothing. I mean, it's all freeform basically. So yeah, standard will help narrow that down. Um,
So you see in here, we have
mhm.
the
Right,
use of Volca in Arias,
right.
right? So you can render it in multiple ways.
Cool.
Okay.
Yep, here you can add how it's called different multi-language support. You can have labels, hints, particular validation of inputs if you enter some data, and particular constraints and formats for output of the claims, as well as some user-defined data like a background image, image slice, colors, etc., etc., and then use it to render the final representation of the verifiable credential. Looks cool, but slightly complex from my point of view, in my understanding.
It is quite complex. Like I was thinking, imagine something much more simpler.
Uh, they defined categories for different aspects, like multi-language is one category, labels another category, and then format third category, and there are community-specified categories, but it works.
Yeah. So, but the main thing about this is just I'm going to email W3C, right? And try to see if there is anything around this and any specification around this they are looking for, right? Or if we can just open the specification and see how it goes.
Sure. Please email them and ask this question. That's
Yeah.
absolutely.
So yeah, this is it. I don't think we can talk about the multi-format credentials if you guys want.
But that you want a new type of credential that is multi-format, or because the way that you described at the beginning, you give that impression, and I was assuming that it was just like when you go to a issuer and ask for a credential, you do the flow several times automatically to have the credential in more than one format, or even when you ask the issuer for the credential, the issuer starts the flow in several formats.
So the thing is, I still didn't think very well around this, right? My first idea was what you said first. One kind of credential wrapper that has all the credentials inside, right? All the credential types inside. The second one, it would be it would be good to have, right? But doesn't work well with, for example, IDC for VC if you want to edit in the future. I think the multi-format should be like a JSON that just has all the credentials in there in multi-format.
But then is a question about interoperability, because it's another format that the holder needs to support or to understand. Like you make me remember that meme that, oh, there is 42 standards, let's create another standard to unify everything, and you end up with 43 standards after that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is all based on a theory that let's edit on W3C, right? And see what they provide. It can also be something that our cloud agent can provide, and the SDKs when receiving can already deformat from the multi-format credential, right, to multiple credentials, for example.
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah.
what we could do easily is to, in the cloud agent, it's to, with the wallet asks for one credential in one format, the cloud agent can give that credential and propose the other ones automatically, like executing the flow, because the flow can start from both sides.
It's a
I mean,
tricky,
on Bitcoin, yeah.
it's a tricky thing. I still didn't fault everything about it very well, but you can have like you can have for example, let's put it like this: ZKP, right? ZKP doesn't work for every single type of data that we have. Okay. So, for example, you can even have ZKP part that of a credential that is just for the type of data they support. Like if it is an ID, right? You can have ZKP to verify the age is higher than X or not, right? The credential can have the unknown credentials supporting this, right? But then the rest can be SDJWT or MDoc.
Mm.
What do you mean the rest?
The rest of the information, like the name.
Yeah, but for example, you cannot like if you have one credential in a numcreds and another one in another format, that would never work.
Why not?
Because you cannot combine. For example, imagine that you have a credential with your age and a credential with with your driving license that allows you to drive. Okay, this is a bad example because the driving license has the age, but let's assume you have two credentials and you need to combine those information.
You don't need to combine, right? So, for example, the SDJWT might have all the data, right? While the unknown creds might have the part of the data that supports ZKP questions.
But you mean holding the payload of the different credential types in a single JSON?
Yes. So let me try to explain to you guys. If my Xcode opens, I'll explain to you guys. If my Xcode opens, oh my gosh, this is so slow. Okay. Let me create the file from template.
Before going there, is there any questions about anything else? Because we just have more 8 minutes.
I just wanted to say that I also not a fan to create one more credential format, and if we want to have capability to issue bunch of credentials with similar claims but in different formats, it's possible to do this in overrated column by attaching additional credentials, if it makes sense.
So
in this case, in your you
so
might
this
have
will be
JWT, SD JWT, and unancreated credentials with different signatures.
well, we can already attach credentials inside other credentials.
yes,
Complete separated credentials, right? We can. It's already happening. So basically, this will be here's a credential wrapper, which is a basic JWT credential that basically has three or whatever, 1, 2, 3 attachments with the actual credentials, and then it's up to that's up to the implementer to say, oh yeah, I want a big single file with all my credentials in there, different formats, and I know how to retrieve them whenever I need it. And it also could be hinted by, say, when you ask to present a credential, there's also, you hint like a schema. And you can search your credential and your attachments. You can, like in our database of the wallet, and reach the ones that are compatible with the presentation that you need to perform. And I think it's not so far-fetched.
It's not
doing a new standard. It's really issuing a credential with attached credentials, basically. And I have already done that in our system. So I think it should work. What?
We have credential type, right?
Yeah.
We have credential type. I wanted to see one JSON, but I'm not finding one, which is fun. Fun. Okay, I have it in here. Okay, so the context, right? We can have in the context that is the type or the type, right? Is multiple
multi-format
format credential. Right?
Yeah.
So it might be a type that we achieve, and we might have a specification for it, right? And the reasoning is, for example, let's say, so this SDJWT, right? Let's say SDJWT have all the information, right? And it will not be like this, it will be encoded, right, in hashes, right? But let's say it has all the information. And let's say the uncreds one just have like just has like higher than 18, right? Or whatever, right? And then the answer, whatever. Then you can have everything, right? You can have a SDJWT and also support ZKP.
Yeah, but what I was talking about was about the flows. So issuing a SDJWT, it's very different from issuing a numcreds, because a numcreds, the holder needs to send some secret public key. That it works a bit different. So it's very difficult to issue and ask for everything. It would be, for now, I agree that this will be a problem in the future. So, but for now, I think we should not focus on this part. because you can just like executing the flow multiple times and asking for a different type of credential every single time.
I agree with Fabio.
We can. That's why I said like this for me is the least one I'm worried with, right?
Yeah, this would be more like a problem when everyone is using credentials everywhere and there's many types.
Yeah, yeah, but because then we can also have this, right? And then we have from this point on, right? We have a credential that works for example Google for Android with SDJWT, right? And it works for Apple because it has MDoc.
Mm-hmm.
So it works for every single one.
I mean, for example, on that presentation flow, that protocol, you already have like something that covers this problem of presenting. You can give multiple.
No, well, kind of.
It's okay.
The presentation workflow tells you the format that you require the credential to be.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right? So, but it doesn't tell you like this. Like, so what happens in that flow is if you have an SDJWT credential, right? If you have an SDJWT credential, right? And the presentation exchange wants a format SDJWT, right? You can pass the SDJWT credential and it will work. But if you just have an MDoc credential, right? And the presentation exchange requires an SDJWT, this will fail. Like you cannot
Okay.
pass it.
Yeah.
In this case, you can just pick the one that adapts to that presentation exchange.
Mm-hmm. So my opinion is that it makes sense, but not right now. We should focus on the other topics that you mentioned before.
I don't mind that. I think we actually what I think is we should create a discussion in a
Yeah, feel free to create a GitHub
our
discussion.
GitHub,
Again.
right? Just create a discussion. I'm going also to send probably email to W3C to check this and to check what they think, right? So what the only thing that this might add, it's space, right? So the credentials would be bigger, right? But I don't think that's a big problem, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think that is a problem.
Yeah, I don't think that's a big problem.
I mean, any image that you would have on your cell phone, it would be probably bigger than all the credentials combined.
Yeah.
True. And everything like that is to be with revocation and stuff. That's a link that is somewhere else. So cool.
And that's time.
Thank you, Gonzalo, for hosting, and thank you, guys. Thank you, Roberto. See you around.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Have a nice
Bye.
day. Bye.
Bye.